Mm-hmm.
Okay. So.
I am recording, by the way.
Perfect. Perfectly fine with me. You want me to move closer? So we could actually be...
Oh, shit. I thought you were, like, standing up. That's why I came right here. Because then I didn't want to move my stuff all over your stuff. I didn't want to move your stuff. Let me make it right here, and I'm just throwing stuff right here.
Right there. See if I can get you. I don't know what's going on with me today. I'm tired. So, you want that heat on?
Not necessarily.
I was about to say, what's going on with y'all? There's no other button. There's no button.
I don't actually see a button.
No button. Alrighty. So, let me get you a client sheet. Whoa, Jesus. Okay.
I got it.
You have your client sheet?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I be wanting to keep them.
So let's talk about your client, his skin, what he does at home, and then the potential anatomy triggers that cause his skin to look like how it looks. Okay. All right. So I see you have, he doesn't use anything in the morning. He doesn't use anything in the evening.
And then at the end of it, he told me he uses some type of CeraVe. He don't know what. He said the green one.
Right. To cleanse the skin, or?
I guess so.
Okay.
You know, it's different types.
So let's look on the back. So what all did you notice on your client's skin?
First thing I noticed was the oil. Oily skin. I noticed the acne scarring, and I did ask him like if he had breakouts before. Did he like pop his pimples and stuff? He said yeah. I noticed that redness around his nose. I always say enlarged pores. Enlarged pores around like his cheek area. Discoloration too, like on his lower cheeks.
Okay. All right. Now, what did you recommend? What's the plan of action for this client?
Definitely, whatever he uses, oil free.
Okay.
So I don't know until like I do my research at home to see like exactly what brand, because they a little slow. They not gonna know. Like they gonna see cleansers and just grab the first thing.
That's fine, but you recommend that he cleanses his skin, uses a serum, tone, and moisturize, right? What kind of serum and toner would you recommend him to use based on some of the stuff that you saw?
I said skin brightening for the discoloration. But again, just because of my lack of product knowledge, I didn't until I go home and do research. Definitely something for skin brightening. And then first moisturizer, oil-free moisturizer.
Okay. And then, what about treatments that he should get regularly?
So I definitely want him to get a facial at least every 4 weeks. But the only thing is, I don't know, like, I guess because I don't have my own type of facials, so like say exactly which one. But I told him it would be a customized facial tailored to his skin.
So like a basic facial, typical 60-minute facials, right? Alrighty. So, what do you think is triggering the oiliness? Let's start with the thing that you first noticed. What do you think is triggering oily skin? Write that down. What do you think is triggering or could trigger oily skin?
like I read that last night. Hold on 1 second. Like day-to-day functions, like I know for a fact, like he goes to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
He DJs at night, but he's around like a lot of light and stuff. So the light probably, I don't know if he's sitting under heat though, but
make sure you write this stuff down, the stuff that you're saying as well, and then leave some space for the theory.
I want to say I feel like it's like I want to say something, but I don't want to say the wrong thing. But I feel like I ran into like details of why my skin is oily.
Don't worry about saying the right thing. This is a brain dump. This is us brainstorming. So what'd you write down? What was the question, and then what'd you write down?
What triggers oily skin?
Okay, and what'd you write down?
I put gym and nightlife.
Okay, so categorize that as lifestyle / environment. All right, and then
Can't stress do it or hormones?
write that down too.
That's what I was thinking of. It just couldn't come out.
Well, I don't know why you ain't say it, because that's correct. It's just me and you. You're not teaching a class.
I know, but like my brain just be blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then we just talked about it when we made that project. Eating habits.
Okay, so then she write that down too. And that, my friend, is what I believe fully answers that question. What triggers oily skin? Or what triggers oil production in the skin? I'm going to say lifestyle, environment, hormones, and then their diet. So let's talk about hormones and how hormones can trigger the excessive production of sebum or the lack thereof. All right, so the endocrine system is a group of specialized glands that affect the growth, development, sexual activities, and state of health in the entire body. Glands are specialized organs that produce chemicals. All right, and that part I'm putting emphasis on chemicals. These glands, they produce what we call biochemicals. Biochemicals include hormones that are necessary for various body functions, various body systems to function optimally. Let's talk about some of those chemicals, those biochemicals. So you have, write down glands, produce biochemicals. I'll tell you I do it. I'm not. All right. So you have exocrine glands, right? And those are your sweat glands, your oil glands. We call those exocrine glands because they excrete out of the body. And then the body uses it for whatever it uses it for. We're not there yet. But the next chapter, we'll be talking about how the body uses excretion, right, from the glands, from the excretory glands. But in the endocrine system, you find endocrine glands, all right? And endocrine glands, also known as ductless glands. So what you got written down there, you got glands, and then you put biochemicals and then hormones. On top of glands, right, endocrine glands. It don't gotta be big. You can write it a little small. Endocrine glands / ductless. If you want to just write endocrine / ductless, that'd be perfect. So, why do you think they call them ductless glands? These are the glands that release biochemicals and hormones. We talked about excretory glands that excrete things out of the body like sweat and oil. Why do you think they call these ductless glands? Duct as in, duct, not duck.
Because I'm thinking duck. Wait, is that my water?
This is my water. Yes, your water's over there.
Okay. Oh wait a minute. Okay.
You want me to get your water?
Oh yeah. Well, why you over there?
I'm gonna put it in my bottle so we don't get it mixed up.
Why do they call it ductless glands?
Take a guess, like the best guess you could ever guess. Like, be comfortable with guessing. There's nothing wrong with guessing. Make the best guess you could possibly make, and it's always the niggas that don't know nothing about what they talking about that make the best guesses. So I don't know. Being that I think that I think that you know this information. You spent a great deal of time in this chapter. I think you know what you're talking about.
You know, I be thinking, I do think I do know. I don't know. I be scared to be wrong. Second guess myself too much.
Make the best guess you could possibly do.
Ductless though.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's a duct? DUCT.
That ain't in the book, is it?
It's right here. It's right here.
No, I'm saying like ducts itself.
No, this is the first time it occurs in the book. And the only time it occurs in the book.
I don't know.
What's a duct?
It ain't a pore. That's the thing that's in my head.
Why isn't it?
I don't know. It's not. It is.
Something similar to it. Mm-hmm. That's another word for a pore.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So something.
Would you say a duct is an opening?
Okay. Yeah. An open pore.
Okay. So.
An open pore.
Ductless, we said a duct is a opening.
So a closed pore?
Duct itself is not so much of a pore, but it's another name for a pore because duct simply means an opening.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's ductless, then
it's closed.
Right. So these endocrine glands, why do you think they call them ductless?
I feel like I'm thinking too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Don't agree like that.
Let's read the sentence and see if we can get some context to the
That's what I'm
sentence.
doing.
Okay. So let's read it. I might be able to assist and add a little animation on specific keywords.
Mm-hmm.
Endocrine glands, also known as ductless glands, release secretions called hormones directly into the bloodstream, which in turn influences the welfare of the body. So you got duct glands, also known as exocrine glands, that release secretions out of the body. Then you got endocrine glands, also known as ductless glands, that circulate or release secretions
into the body.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So your ductless glands, they do not secrete anything out of the body.
Okay.
However, your hormones, they release into your bloodstream. Your bloodstream, you know how your blood works. We don't excrete blood unless something's terribly wrong. Right? So our blood flows through our body, flows from one end of our body to the next end of our body, and then it regenerates, right? And so that's why they call these ductless glands, right? Now, let's talk about the different hormones that your ductless glands create. Insulin is one of them. And write down insulin. Let's talk about these in depth, right? Because as a esthetician, as a holistic esthetician, you're going to have to be well-rounded in these hormones and more. So let's talk about insulin. What is insulin and what is insulin responsible for? So insulin specifically is responsible for blood sugar. Yeah, it regulates blood sugar.
That's what people take when they got diabetes.
So yeah, they take it because their body doesn't produce enough of it. Insulin is the hormone, but people take their insulin when they have insulin resistance, like their body does not convert the sugar into energy, but rather it stores it in the body, and then because they don't produce the insulin, it stores it in the body, and it almost becomes like toxic to the body, and it kind of disrupts its functions, right? So insulin is a hormone that regulates blood sugar. All right, so you got that written down?
Insulin is, oh, you want me to write the whole thing? Okay. You said insulin is
hormone that regulates blood sugar.
Okay.
Insulin, and write this down, insulin resistance can cause other hormonal imbalances. And that is vital for...
Wait.
No, don't write this part down. I'm just talking. What was the last thing you wrote down?
Insulin resistance can cause
other hormonal imbalances. And you're going to need this for later. So keep that in mind. You're going to need that.
Okay.
All right, now let's talk about adrenaline. We all got adrenaline.
Yeah.
Adrenaline is released when, it's like our fight or flight hormone. Now, adrenaline, write down adrenaline and then write down /cortisol.
Is that on it?
No, cortisol is CORTISOL. I think. Adrenaline and cortisol. So this is the note or the description I want you to write down next to these. These are your stress hormones. And they spike testosterone. And you put a period beside testosterone?
I did not.
Okay, put a colon. You can turn it into
a colon instead.
I'm sorry, semicolon. So with the All right. So you got testosterone that is a male androgen, and androgen is ANDROGEN.
Wait, hold on. You said testosterone is a
male androgen. ANDROGEN. Ooh, girl, you are getting this is good because while I'm still young, it's like it's all up here. I don't have to have it written down, but I feel strongly that if I don't get no rest soon, it's gonna be a wrap. So you're getting this while I'm in my prime. This is amazing. Okay. Anyway, so what you got written down for what is called adrenaline /cortisol? What you got written down for those?
Stress hormone spike testosterone. Testosterone is a male androgen. And estrogen.
Men and women both have testosterone. Write that down. Men and women both have testosterone and estrogen.
I'm gonna have to rewrite this. And
Estrogen. However,
okay.
This is, I like when you come to class. We be having fun. However, when there is an overproduction of one of the other, when there's an overproduction of one of the other, this causes reproductive disorders. Can you think of one right off the top of your head?
Infertility?
Yeah, that's one of them. But think of another one that we've talked about before. It's very, very common in women.
No, hair overgrowth?
Those are symptoms of the disorder. Or, yeah, the disorder. But there's a specific disorder I'm thinking of.
You talk about it?
And write down EX. What is it called? What is this called? This thing where there's two.
Like a little. I don't know. I can't think of.
I know a semicolon and then. I don't remember.
You got me beat on the symbols. I don't know symbol names like that. I know what they flow.
Me too. But yeah, so you said infertility, so that's one example. Then you mentioned excessive hair growth. That's another example. Make sure you write those down.
Oh.
And then think of some other hormonal conditions.
Acne? I don't know. It's like we're talking about facials or skin. Acne.
Oh, this is so good. Oh my God, I'm glad you have this recorded. This is great. This is great.
Okay, so it's still recording. Okay, we're good. There's more for sure.
What you got so far? Infertility,
Excessive hair growth, acne,
baldness in women and men. Honestly, so I would put just baldness. And I think that's good. I think we got, and you could put etc. You could put a little colon and then etc.
Okay.
And so this sums up the endocrine system, and then what happens when things get a little out of whack. So can you read what you have on this page again from top to bottom?
Top. Okay. What triggers oily skin? Lifestyle, environment, stress, and diet. Glands produce biochemicals.
What kind of glands though?
Endocrine gland. Endocrine glands.
Also known as what?
Ductless.
Right.
Then we go down to insulin, which is a.
You said, hold on, wait. You said those produce biochemicals, and then what's after that?
Insulin. Which is a hormone that regulates blood sugar. Insulin resistance can cause other hormonal imbalances. Which brings us to adrenaline and cortisol, which are stress hormones. Get that, baby. Stress hormones spike testosterone. Testosterone is a male androgen. Men and women both have testosterone and estrogen. However, when there is an overproduction of one or the other, this causes reproductive disorders. Examples of that would be infertility, excessive hair growth, acne, baldness, etc.
Yes, Lord. So that answers our question right there. And you're gonna it's gonna be really imperative for you to be really familiar with all of those hormones we talked about. Even there's another one. Well, I'm not even gonna bring it up right now, but even getting familiar with those, it'll open up a door for you to find out about all the other ones that we're supposed to produce in order to have the body function optimally. So I was waiting for you to say PCOS, right? Right. We talked about it, but that's what I have as well. And so, yeah.
Okay.
So a situation like that, a situation like PCOS, this individual may have excessive hair growth. This individual may have acne or dehydration because depending on which hormone they're dominant in or which hormone they're lacking, their skin will start to reflect based on that. If they're dominant in testosterone, they're going to have acne because acne is triggered by male androgens. You know, they say men have oilier skin, and it's because of the testosterone. So when a woman is testosterone dominant, she'll end up having acneic or oily skin, and even excessive hair growth and bald patterns. Yeah, thank the Lord I don't got that. I'm grateful for that. I'm telling you right now.
Wait, so does alopecia fall in that too?
Depending on the type of alopecia.
There's types. Did not know.
You have traction alopecia, which comes from friction, like braids and glasses and stuff like that. Or
glasses?
wearing tight, yeah, I know, right? Wearing tight, ponytails and stuff like that. So that's traction alopecia. And then you have other forms of alopecia that come from, like what we mentioned, biochemicals not being balanced. If somebody has a vitamin D deficiency, they'll experience alopecia.
My mama got it. It runs on my mom's side of the family a little bit, yeah. So my grandma had it, my aunt got it. One of my aunts had it, my mom has it, and then my cousin has it. But my cousin caught it early.
They may also, do you think they also have a PCOS as well?
If they do, they probably don't.
It could be.
My mom never said nothing about it when I mentioned that I have it.
A lot of women in my family have PCOS or, let's say, estrogen dominance. Yeah. I think on my mom's side and my dad's side. So I don't know. I need to see an endocrinologist, somebody who can, draw my blood and tell me the different hormones that I'm deficient in and excessive in and etc. But yeah, so that baldness is in general is in reference to or interchangeable with the term alopecia. So yeah, somebody who has PCOS, if they're testosterone dominant, then they're going to end up having the oily skin, the acne. If they're estrogen dominant, then you'll notice they'll have very dry, dehydrated skin, flakiness, and all that other stuff, right? Let's see. I think that's a good place to stop there. But yeah, the endocrine system specifically, I would like to say that this is one of the systems that really manifested in the skin the most. All right, but digestion, it can do the same. However, digestion, when you eat something, it goes into your bloodstream. Your bloodstream sends it to the glands, and this is how the glands get what it needs to produce those hormones. So when it doesn't have what it needs, or when it has too much of something, then it'll cause those endocrine dysfunctions. Does that make sense?
Yes. I wanted to stick though.
It'll stick. I just dropped off the information.
You did.
The information is there.
It is.
And now when you go out into the world with this information, you'll be able to make the correlations from there.
You know what I'm gonna do? When we have stuff like this. When we have stuff like this, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna myself in time. I'm gonna go home, and I'm gonna do like a minute video on how stuff like this, and then post it. Like based off of the first question, what triggers oily skin?
Oh man, yeah, that's it right there. You need to do that. Yeah. So that is our quick theory. That was nice.
That was.
And very informational. I don't want to add nothing on top of that, or else your brain is going to be
Exploded.
frazzled. Yeah. But that was a lot. That was a lot.
You think it was a lot? It was a nice little powwow.
I was able to sum it down. Do you think you can airdrop me that video?
Yeah.
Because I want to see if I could upload
This one?
that.
Okay.
I want to see if I could upload that.